Something that comes up from time to time, and I'm talking about little kids, I'm not talking about big kids. If your big kids are doing this, then we got a different problem. But if your little kids are going through problems of hitting, how do we help that?
That's a really toughie for parents because, and for teachers. I was an educator for 46 years as a teacher and principal, and one of the most common things that we deal with are children putting their hands on other kids, or that's not desirable. A lot of times, children hit because they are hit, and that can be bullies, or it can be parents, it can be anybody in their lives who are putting their hands on them. The main reason that children hit is that they don't have the language yet to resolve conflict. And it's always a really good idea to visit with children about, what do you do, child, if somebody pushes you in line? If you can preempt that situation, you're going to save your child's teacher a lot of grief and yourself. Because if you can develop those strategies of using their language or their words instead of impulsivity, it's going to go a long ways for your child, and they will be an exceptional student.
It overflows. They're a little teapot. As the pressure builds, they do what they think they know, or they do what they've seen other people do if they're watching the television, or if they're seeing other kids do it. How do you speak to that level of overflow? Help them to know before they get to the point of hitting, if it comes up. If your kid is a common hitter, their feelings have to go somewhere. They have to know what is a good thing to do. And so if you see them commonly, like, you know what it looks like when your kid's anger at a 10. You know what it looks like when your kid's anger is at a 3. I can kind of time it out with my kids. And so helping them to understand how far along they are, and when it's time to do those good coping things that they can do, time to talk to an adult, time to get away from what's stressing you out, and so on and so forth.
When I was teaching teachers at a university for 7 years, I always emphasized the fact that there is nothing that a child does that we deem inappropriate that's a fault of the child. These are learned behaviors. They've seen it. They've seen video games of hitting. They've seen buddies hit other buddies. It's a learned behavior, and we have to help them unlearn it if they already have it, or try to, as I said before, preempt it, and with some strategies. If somebody pushes you, tell them you don't like it, or get some help from an adult.
And as you look at that hitting is a physical expression of control or dominance. If your kid is doing that and they learned it from you, there's a good opportunity there for you to learn what communication patterns you have. It's easy, when you're hoisting around 45 pounds of solid oppositional defiance. The problem is these little things keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you actually probably want to start developing some new skills while they're small. I have a small dog because I can pick them up and carry them around when they don't do the things that I want them to do. People aren't the same. And so if you're using control and dominance as a physical thing, if you did that with anybody outside your home, you'd go to jail. It can't be your process.
If this is one of your issues, we'd love to help you with that. We've got lots of skills and strategies for parents to use to help their children.